Hey y'all, welcome back or welcome to the Honestly Truly podcast hosted by me, Tyler Cimone. And today, I've got a lot to say. And I'm going to do it in a little bit of time because right now, I'm hungry. I just got home and I was like, I was going to say, no, I'm not going to record an episode today. But I pushed through, and I'll tell you why. That's going to be the topic for the day, so we're going to save that for later. But I'm here. I'm very hungry because I packed a baby-sized lunch for myself like I tend to do. I don't know why. I'm not trying to eat light. I packed the lightest lunch ever. Like, it was chicken and vegetables. I was supposed to have, like, some sweet potatoes with it. I didn't make the sweet potatoes. That's my bad. And so for lunch today, I had one piece of chicken and, like, a very small portion of green beans. It was not intentional. And so I played myself, and now I'm very hungry. But I also, like, I don't know about you guys. You can let me know how you feel. For me, when I am, like, eating, like, that's it. We're done. When I'm eating, that means the day is over. We finished all of our heavy work. Like, I might do a little bit of work after dinner, but, like, I like it to be the last thing that I do. And then it's just time to do nothing for the rest of the night. And so I was like, if I make this food right now, I'm making barbecue chicken pizzas today. If I make this pizza, I'm not recording anything. I'm about to eat and watch my TV shows, and I'm going to prepare for my night and go to bed. That's what I'm going to do. And so I said, you can make a 20-minute episode really quick, maybe longer. We'll see where it takes us. And then you can eat. I've already got my oven on, so in a little bit, y'all going to hear that beep come through. It's going to go beep. That's my preheat, all right? I want it to be ready so that as soon as I say, all right, y'all, I love you guys, bye. As soon as that happens, I'm going to go make my food. I'm so hungry. But I want to talk to you guys first because I love you guys and I value our time together. Amen. So let's go ahead and get into it. First things first. You're dying to know. What am I drinking? Let me let the people hear. I'm drinking water. Nothing crazy today. Like I said, don't got a lot of time. Nothing fancy today. But drinking water. I feel like over the past month or so, I haven't been doing as good with my water intake. And so I've been being more conscious of that since last week. And so I've been back on my game. And I'm still kind of behind today. This is my second, maybe my third. I can't remember now. Third refill with this. If it's my third, then I feel like I'm on track because I still probably will drink another 1.5 of these before bed. But I'm trying to get back on track. So we're drinking water. And then song of the week. This week, I have one song actually that I really, really enjoyed. It was one of the ones like I told y'all before, sometimes on Apple Music when it shows you like, oh, hey, you might be interested in this new song or this new artist or this new album. It did that, and it was for Maxwell's rendition of Simply Beautiful by Al Green. Now, I'm a big, big, big Al Green fan. I love all of his music. My goal is to get all of his vinyls. I think I have one, maybe two right now, and I want to get all of them. I'm a very big fan. And so my favorite Al Green song is Simply Beautiful. I love it so much. It just sounds so good and so crisp. And if you have a record player and you have that album that song is on, you just know it sounds so beautiful. Like you feel like you're right there in the booth when he's recording it. Anywho, love that song. And so when I saw this pop up, I immediately clicked on it because it's Maxwell, duh. But it sounded so good, and it still sounded like the original song, but he put his own beautiful twist on it. Sounded amazing. Of course, his voice is like butter. It sounded awesome. So if you have not listened to it, take a second and go and listen to it. Beautiful, so great. And so I've been listening to that a lot all week. It's been on replay. Very great song. But that's been other than that, I've listened to a whole bunch of random things, just random stuff over the past. I'm trying to look and see. Yeah, just a whole bunch of random stuff. I went back and listened to Megan Thee Stallion's album. I never finished it when it came out. So I went back and listened to that, and that was good. I saved a couple of songs on that one. And I really like the little song that everybody's doing the dance to. At first I was I didn't know how I felt about it, but then I started listening to it again. I was like, you know what? I do like it. So that was a fun song. But yeah, I just kind of listened to a whole bunch of random stuff since then. But definitely Simply Beautiful by Maxwell has been the main thing I've been listening to this past week. Let's see. Oh, I have an update for you guys. So I don't know if this was last episode or the episode before when I did an adulting hack about the tire pressure thing. If you were not here for that episode, go back and listen to it. But if you were, even if you were, I'm still going to give you a little recap. So what happened last time is I went to go get my my vehicle inspection, and I was letting the person know that I was like, hey, letting you know my tire pressure light is on, but my tires are fine. I just got them, like, I just got one of them replaced. They checked them, like, everything is fine. They just got to turn off the light. And he was like, ma'am, like, you can't turn off the light. Like, that means if the light's still on, that means something's wrong with your car still. And I was like, dang, like, I'm thinking my tires is fine. I'm driving all over the place, not feeling anything weird. So I'm like, dang, this kind of sucks. So I thought that you could just turn off the light. So I'm feeling stupid. And that's what I was saying in my previous episode. Come to find out, so I finally made it to a tire place for them to go look at my tires again and make sure nothing was wrong, right? So I come to find out, I go to a different place. And I'm like, hey, can you put some air in my tires? My tire pressure light is still on. I just got my tires replaced not long ago, but it's still on. Can you just check them? So he goes around, he's like, they probably just didn't calibrate it. And I was like, sure. You know, I'm like, yeah, okay. I don't know. So he's going by and he's checking all the tires. And he was like, you know, trying to put some air in them. And he was like, no, you're good. Like, you're fine. Like, they probably just didn't, you know, I guess, reset the system. And I was like, yeah. I was like, that's what I was telling the previous guy when I told him about it. And he was telling me that I was wrong. That's not how it worked. When I tell y'all, he reached into my car and said, click. And that light went off. I said, okay. First of all, I was right, and I know what I'm talking about. And he didn't know, the other guy did not know what he was talking about. I was like, I know you can turn this light off. I feel like I've had it done so many times before when I've gotten tires replaced or gotten the air put back in the tire, and they just do something. I don't know what they do because I'm never in the car, so I don't know how to turn it off. But I was like, I know I'm not crazy. So my update is I was right. I was right, and you can turn off the tire pressure light on your car after you've gotten the air or the tire fixed or the air pressure fixed, okay? You can turn it off. Thank you. I just wanted to let y'all know because I was feeling kind of dumb and I was like, wait, I know what I'm talking about. So, But anywho, now that I've gotten my rants and all my excitement out the way, we're going into my topic. And I just hope that it comes for somebody's neck like it came from mine. So I wanted to share it with you guys. And as you can see by the title of the video or of the podcast, if you're listening to it on wherever you're listening, Spotify, Apple, whatever. If you are listening, pause. If you are listening on Spotify, Amazon Music, Overcast, iHeartRadio, wherever you get your podcasts at, if you are listening, I appreciate you and I love you. Come on over to YouTube. Check me out. You can see what I look like. Hey, it's me, Tyler. Okay, you can see what I look like. See my little setup. Subscribe, okay? Talk to the people, comment, like, all the things. I would really appreciate that. So even if you are listening, just come on over and just subscribe to me. Help me out, okay? I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to be better, okay? This is week 3 of me being consistent, and I'm very proud of myself, which we're about to talk about. But yes, do all the things, y'all. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all the things. But let me tell you how we got here. So a couple videos ago, I talked about my goals for Q3. I'm doing like the 12-week year thing, and so Q2, the second 12-week year, my goals were to be more consistent with like working out, be more consistent with like posting, doing my YouTube, doing like podcasts. Like I had kind of fell off, and I had it for a good reason. Like I was just looking for a job. Things were so big, like a lot of things were going on, and so I didn't have as much time, or I did not want to make as much time because I just had so many other things that were taking up my time. But that was one of my goals for Q2. And I didn't really follow through on those goals. And so I was like, okay, for Q3, we're going to re-up, run it back. We're going to do it again, and we're going to do it right this time. And so far, I've been doing a good job. So I'm proud of myself. But I started thinking, was this last week or maybe the week before? I started thinking about like how like, okay, I'm starting to get it together. I'm starting to like make plans to be able to support the goals that I have for myself of being more consistent in these areas. And I was like, just kind of thinking more about that and how I'm starting to get it together. And I was like, why didn't I do this in Q2? Like, why didn't I? And I started thinking more about that. And I was like, and I do my best thinking in the car. Okay. When I'm in the car, I do my best praying and I do my best thinking in the car. I don't know why. Maybe because I have nothing else to do but like just drive straight. Like there's no other distractions. I can't do anything. But I do my best thinking in the car. And so this was a car conversation I was having with myself and kind of God at the same time on my way home. And I was just like, why did I not do that? And I was like, well, you know, I had this, I had that, I had this, I had that. Some of those were valid things that I really did have. Like, you know, these things were true. But it was like, well, by the time I finished doing this, like, you know, I was just so tired. And then by the time I finished doing that, well, I was just so tired. And then I could have woke up in the morning to do my workout in the morning instead. But I'm just too tired. And I started saying that to myself. And I was like, the common thread in this is tiredness. Like, you being tired. And I was like, fair. things do make you tired, like, no doubt. I get tired, you get tired, everybody gets tired sometimes. But I was like, you're not that tired, which is why we got the title of this episode. You're not that tired. And I'm talking to myself, and I said, I wanted to hold y'all's hand when I said this, and I want to hold my own hand. You're not that tired, baby. You're not that tired. There's plenty of things that you have going on which can make a person tired. Best believe it. Like right now, I could say I'm a little bit tired, but I don't want, for myself, I didn't want the tired excuse to be the reason why I don't get stuff done all the time. Like, yes, of course, we need to have time for rest. You need to have time where you don't do anything. You need to have time when you really like nothing, like do nothing. That's very valuable. And if you don't make time for that, then you're not going to be able to do anything anyways because you're going to burn out. Like, and we don't want that. So I definitely respect having time to rest and really accepting when you are tired and listening to your body. All of that is 100% true, and you should prioritize that as well. But also, don't use the tiredness as an excuse. And that's what I was doing. I was using it as an excuse to procrastinate on things. So it's like today, my excuse would have been previous Tyler. Okay, I'm grown now. But previous me would have been like, oh, well, you know what? Because this is all very true. I had a long day at work. I got stuck in traffic on the way home. So I got home later than I expected. And I'm so hungry. I'm really hungry. And I have other things that I need to be doing as well. Like, I don't really have time to record a podcast tonight. Yeah, you do. You're going to be fine. You got in some traffic. It's going to be okay. You're hungry. You're not about to die. You're not starving. Like, it's going to be all right. You're going to eat tonight no matter what. Like, just take a deep breath and stop trying to create reasons why the energy is out of you. Because really, most of the time, especially for people that are in our 20s, if you're listening and that's where you're at, you've got so much more energy than you think you have sometimes. And so it's just like you can push yourself a little bit further than you think. And I've been noticing that ever since I had this revelation, when I'm getting ready to go back into that old pattern of just being like, nah, never mind. I got too much. Too many things going on. I'm going to bed. Before I start going down that rabbit hole of thinking that way, I'm like, take actual inventory of how you're feeling right now. Actually think about what you're feeling, what your capacity to do more things is, and then make a decision about what you're going to be able to do. And so that has helped me because there was something else I needed to do yesterday. Yesterday I had some running around to do. I went to church. I had meal prep to do. I had a lot of things to do. I wanted to clean. And then when I finished doing all my things, I was on my way home and I was trying to make a plan for all the other things I need to do for the rest of my Sunday. And I said, you know what? I've been running around all day. I've been productive still. I got a lot of stuff done already today. And I was thinking about the things that I was going to do. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to have time to do these things later on in the week. How about I just take off the rest of the Sunday and I won't do anything? I'll just sit here and read my book, watch my TV, chill. And that's what I did. So like there's balance to it. So like, yes, take time and make time for rest, but also like figure out what you can do. Figure out what you can offer to yourself in this time, because a lot of things you're doing are for you. Like especially if you're a single person, everything that you do is for you and your prosperity. So like if you are tired, if you are feeling like you can't do something, think about it and be like, okay, how tired am I really? Is there more room for me to get something done? Is there more room for me to show up for myself in the way that I say that I want to? Like these are things that you're saying that you want to do. For me, I'm like, well, I want to be healthier. I want to make sure that I'm working out consistently because I used to be very good about it. So I want to be back good at it. I want to be doing a good job in that area. I have a gym right here. I live in an apartment complex. I have a gym. It's right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's no reason why I'm not being consistent. I have there's so many things that I can do. So it's not because I don't have the resources. It's not because, oh, hey, there goes my preheat. I'm excited. It's not because I don't have the resources. It's not because I don't have the time. I have it. Yes, the way my time is structured now looks different than what it did a year ago. And there's things that need to be put in place to support that change in time that I have. Fair. But it doesn't mean I don't have time for it. It's just about like what I say all the time if you listen to my previous episodes. It's not about not having the time. It's about not making the time for the things. So it's just like, okay, girl, like, hey, you know that working out in the evening time is not your favorite thing to do. So why don't you just go to bed earlier, get up earlier, and work out in the morning? It's so simple. Like, don't make it complicated. And I know that's something that I do to myself too. And it's not intentional. I'm not doing this like, oh, I'm going to make it complicated, so that means I can't figure out what to do, so I just won't do it at all. It's not that conscious of a thought process. But when you step outside of yourself and look back at the way that you acted in certain, or the way that you behaved in certain situations, you're like, was I making it complicated so that I could just get fed up and then not do anything at all? Kinda. Nail biter. A little bit. And so just kind of like what I try to do, like, as being like, as you become more self-aware and pay more attention to what you do and how you do things, you can kind of see like, oh, like, so I could have been way further ahead in a certain area if I would have just got down in my own way and stopped making excuses for the things that I know I need to do. Like, it's okay. And so I wanted to encourage you guys to take time for yourself, take rest, but also know when you're tired is not that tired. Because 9 times out of 10, I'm realizing now that I'm paying attention to this behavior of mine, 9 times out of 10, I'm not that tired. There's usually like 1 or 2 times I am that tired. I need to go. Like yesterday, I was like, you know what? You need to stop. You need to sit down and relax. And it was good for me that I was able to do that, because I wanted to record this episode yesterday. That's what I wanted to do. But it wasn't going to work. And I wasn't going to be able to have the excitement and the joy to be able to talk to you guys the way I want to. Like, that wasn't going to happen. So it was just like, you know what? It's okay. So we have to be willing to listen to ourselves, listen to our bodies, and then also know when we are giving ourselves too much of a break, because you just don't need to do that every time. You just don't. And I think that every time that you fight against that urge to want to say that you're tired and you just can't do it, every time you fight against that, you come out feeling like, yeah, I want my stuff for real. Like, you feel good about yourself. And that's kind of what I've noticed too. Like, every single time, it's been, since I've noticed this, it's been like 3 or 4 times where I have pushed myself a little bit further and I haven't died. I'm okay. And in fact, I'm happier because the things that I'm pushing myself to do is what I already want to do, that support the goals that I already have. And now that I've done it, like right now, I feel great. Even though, yes, I'm hungry. And yes, I would love to be sitting down reading my book right now. I'm also very happy that I'm following through on what I said I wanted to do. I'm doing it when I do feel a little bit tired. I'm pushing through anyways. And I'm going to get my rest anyways. This is, look, how many minutes are we in? We're 17 minutes in and I'm wrapping up. We're done. We're about to be finished. And I could have spent this time scrolling on my phone. Knowing me, like when I get home, I sit down, unless I'm going to go right to cooking, I sit down and I chill for a second. 20, 30 minutes of chilling. That's all this is. And I can still have that time right after this. Like, the world doesn't stop. I still get to have a full life with rest and everything that I need, but also pushing myself to do the things that I say I want to do. Like, it's simple. And I feel like for me, I was making it a little bit more complicated, and I wanted to share it with you guys just in case you guys are doing the same thing and making it more complicated than it has to be. So, in conclusion, think about when you get into those spaces when you're tired, take a second. Don't just go straight to bed, or don't just cancel the plans that you had. Take a second and think about, how do I really feel and what can I really do? Take inventory of how your body feels. Take inventory of your week, even like further down your schedule, which might involve some more planning. We can talk about that on a different episode, because I'm working on that too, and I'm happy about that. But take inventory of your body and what your capacity is to do some things, and be truthful and honest. Okay, be honest and true, amen, with yourself about that, and then make your decision on if this is something that you can or cannot do. Make sense? Look at that! I'm very happy right now. I said it to myself. I was like, Tyler, when we sit down here, we're going to sit down. We're going to do this in one shot. We're not going to stop and do all this extra stuff. We're going to go straight through. And I manifested it. Look at that. And we're done. So I'm going to leave y'all. It's time for me to make this pizza. Okay, it's going to be delicious. I'm very excited about it. I am hungry. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I hope you take this information with you and don't just let it go in one ear and out the other. Hope that you sit with it, marinate with it, okay? Really let it sink in, so that the next time that something comes up that makes you feel like you don't want to do it because you just had too much going on, that you can take a little second and think about it and decide to do it. Decide to do it. And then also, another time, decide to have rest, okay? Okay. I'm out of here. Love you guys so much. Bye.